Whew. Hey, Virgos. Hey, DP. I see you here, Chad. What is going on with you? So glad you guys are here. If you're new, I am Sunshine. Whew. Kind of tired. This is Sunshine Tarot. I got so happy yesterday because I did this reading for Leos and a Leo. And the Leo is with a Virgo. And she was like, Chad, I've been reading about, and she goes, I've been listening to you for the longest, and you just be telling my story every month. And that made me feel good, you know. Good morning. Good morning. All right. What are your Virgo placements? What are your Virgo placements? I just want to pray to God and ask to open my third eye. Help me to see what I need to see. So if you're new here, I kind of talk a lot. So hopefully what I'll do is I'll put in the comments section when I actually start the Virgo reading. Okay, I'll put that in the description box. So a lot of things have been going on, Virgos. I don't know where to start to tell you about. One was interesting and one wasn't. So, you know, well, let's just see if it comes up as I'm doing your reading. All right, how about that? Oh, I saw the Nine of Swords in the Judgment card. So somebody is having a rough time. Somebody is not sleeping at night, and it looks like somebody is worrying you. You could be worried about somebody, or I feel like with the Nine of Swords here, definitely somebody is going through the blues, and you might have had to make a decision that you didn't want to make. All right, that's just for some of you. Okay, but what we're going to do now is just take an overall. Aw, thank you for the flower. That's so sweet. Oh, if you want a reading, let me get my number up there because I didn't do it last time. Thank you so much, God, for reminding me. Won't he do it? Girl, look at this. Look at this woman. Isn't she beautiful? Right? So doesn't she look like, I mean, wouldn't you call her a woman? Look, can you see? So she was on Kendra G. Look at this. Doesn't it look like a woman? 100%. She was on Kendra G. Have you guys heard of her? And at the end of the show, people started asking her, was she transgender? And she wouldn't answer. Leo, I don't know. I'm trying to get my number up there. I'll be doing Leo soon, darling. Good morning. Good morning. So people begin to ask her, was she transgender? And she wouldn't answer. I like that woman ain't transgender. So I had sent her an email. I mean, I went to Instagram and I sent her a note. I said, O'Shea Duke just did a reading for you. I mean, O'Shea Duke just told the world that you're transgender. Is that true? I said, because you can sue this guy. There's just no way that was true. Okay, if you want a reading, you guys, you can just text me for reading. Text me for reading. And let me put it there. And she blocked me. I was like, what? I don't know why she blocked me. But all I did was I told her, I said, lady, you can get hurt by pretending that you are a woman, and you get the wrong man, maybe who has very strong beliefs against that. And they may feel violated that you withheld that information, right? Because yes, she does look like I'll do cancers today. She does look like so who is crying? Somebody's been crying here. And the the cards are picking up on your pain. And I feel like, who's crying in here? And it looks like everything's going to be okay, though, with the Justice card there. But I definitely feel like somebody is going through it. And, when you see the Nine of Swords, it's time to get positive again. It's time to take out your positive spiritual books and read them again, just to get rejuvenated with positive energy. All right. But technically, when you see the Nine of Swords, it pretty much means it's time for a therapist. All right. Oh, a lot of childhood trauma. All right. All right. So Virgos. All right. Virgos. What is going on with Virgos? So Virgos, you're going to choose your own column. All right. There's just 24 of you up at 5 o'clock this morning. What time is it where you are? It's 6 o'clock. Is it 3 anywhere? Is somebody up at 3 o'clock in the morning? What time is it where you are? It's 6:08 where I am. What time is it where you are? All right, Virgos. So this is what I'm getting ready to do. Ooh. Look what turned around. The 4 of Wands. Okay. 5:47. Hey, Richard. Citizenship 1047. 1047? Where the hell are you, Chad? Hey, Richard. So what turned around for you, Virgos, was the 4 of Wands, right? I'm going to have you choose your own column, but this is what fell out. The 4 of Wands talks about a relationship, a lot of security. And I really hope that is, because marriage and a long-term relationship or somebody living with you, I really feel like you guys, like I am predicting that is what is coming, where you are sharing an abode with someone and you're celebrating the connection. They might be a different ethnicity. One might be younger than the other. Looks like there could be an age difference here. Okay. And you're like, but I'm single. I don't think for long. All right, Virgos, choose a number, 1, 2, or 3. We're going to take a look at what's in your cards, hopefully with love, but sometimes the cards tell you what you want to, what they want you to know. Oh, you're in a serious relationship. Yeah, it looks pretty serious. It looks pretty serious there. And that is a wonderful way to start a reading. All right, Virgos, pick a number, 1, 2, or 3. Pick a number. Virgos, love. Next couple of weeks, pick a number, 1, 2, or 3. Citizen Smith, pick 3. Okay, we have one person with 2, whichever amount of, how many ever we get is who wins. I don't know why I'm feeling so nervous. Oh, I know what to do. Yeah, you better ask somebody. All right. We got 3, 2, 1. Somebody needs to break the tie, and that's the one we're going to read. Okay, 3. I'm going to wait for 2 seconds. Like 1 minute to see if any more come in. All right. So 3 it is. 3 going once. 1. Okay. Okay. So now we're tied. Okay. Now it's 3. 1, 2, 3 of you have chosen 3. All right. 3 it is. Okay, let's do this. This is Virgos. What is in your tarot cards? How many of you are readers? Okay. So what we're going to do is ask, what is the overall? Well, no, we're going to ask what the challenge is. But how many of you are not in a solid relationship? You are not in a solid relationship, because otherwise I'm going to read about relationships, because this is very relationship card. So how many singles do we have in here? Otherwise, I'm going to read like it's a relationship reading. 1 single. Are you seeing anyone? You're single? You single people, are you seeing anyone? Look how slow this chat is. I wish I could get these answers quicker so I can move on. Oh, okay. You're not seeing anyone at all. Okay. Well, for those of you who are single, if the Four of Wands, that's very odd for the Four of Wands to drop out of the card if you're not seeing anyone. Other times it could represent homes, getting a home, trying to get a home together, trying to get an apartment, get your home and celebrating it. It could mean that, but yeah, very seldomly does the Four of Wands it is for, I just don't think you're going to stay single very long. Okay. So the overall energy for you is the Eight of Wands. Well, yeah, the Eight of Wands. So some of you may be at a distance from your person. Oh, your mom's trying to get a new place. Okay. All right. Thank you. Thank you for that. I appreciate that. I appreciate your confirmation. So, anybody traveling? I see a traveling card, or you could be loving someone that is at a distance, or I know a Virgo who is trying to get their residency in the United States. Okay. She said three. Chill. Look at that. You see the chat, how some people's chats are just now coming back? Coming up, I'm moving back to New York for a dude. Oh, he told me yesterday to think twice. What? What? Ice cream dream. What the hell does that mean, child? So this is a travel card. I'm glad that it's picking up on you though, ice cream dream and other use. So your mother might find a place that's kind of out of the way, or I feel like there's distance, residency, moving that's up, travel that's up for you. But I do see some of you in a very solid relationship. If you're not, then this could be dealing with the home, moving, making your home pretty. And it looks like it's trying to happen kind of rapidly. Okay. So what don't you see coming, Virgos? Ooh, the devil. Ice cream dream. I don't know if this is talking to you, child, but the devil represents like toxic energy or codependency or a drinking problem, or it's usually energy that's kind of hard to break away from. This could also represent a Capricorn, right? It might be harder to walk away. Yeah. Are you guys going to be living with each other, Ice Cream Dream? Oh, you're married but recently separated. Okay. All right. And he has all those issues. You have, oh, okay. Okay. All right. All right. So, okay. So I'm happy this is kind of like really picking up for Ice Cream Dream. So Ebony, I don't see your marriage going anywhere, child, unless the Four of Wands is talking about your new friend. Are you and your new friend thinking about moving in with each other? So the next card we have, like I said, the problem is that alcoholism or drug abuseism, uh, drugs, alcohol. What else does the devil? Being in bondage, a gambling addiction, and sometimes it's just being obsessed with a person, just obsessed. And there's just not anything you can do about it, right? Other times it could represent like having some real severe childhood abandonment issues. And so when you connect with someone, it's almost impossible to detach. Even when you know that you should, it could be because, you had been so neglected in the past that now that somebody is here, like, some of you could have lost your parents, you could have lost family members, and now that this person is here, it's really hard to let go. Okay, that could be it. All right, your recent past is what, Virgos? The Four of Pentacles. So I see that some of you could have been penny pinching lately. Like maybe you're not making as much money as you would like to make. Is he supposed to be moving in with you? So I feel like some of you feel like you're not making as much money as you would like to make, or you have been trying to penny pinch or very much aware of how much you're working with right now. But that's looks like it's in your past. Let's see what's in the present. Also, some of you with underneath the devil card, I don't know why I have this nervous energy. Oh, it's not mine. It's not mine. Okay. This is not my energy. I feel like somebody else's energy is trying to come into my energy. Because, see, my energy is relaxed. I don't know whose energy that is. But anyway, you got to go to sunshinetarot.net or just text that number right there that you see at the top of the screen, and I'll text you back and do a reading as soon as the reading is this reading is over. Your husband drinks heavily. Wow. Okay. Nevertheless, there are some really strong bonds between you and someone else, and it goes very deep and it goes into psychological reasons. And it's like somebody just is not able to let go, and that is not. And my thing is, don't hurt somebody who feels that way about you. Some people take it for granted. My thing is, if you know that somebody is very fragile regarding their feelings for you, that's the person that you should treat the best. You know what I mean? Like, you should be the most kindest to that person who loves you to the degree that they're fragile with their feelings about you. You don't hurt that person. That's the person who you protect at all costs. Oh, your husband is obsessed? Chad. So the present is the Seven of Swords, and this is you, Ebony. This is not all the Virgos, but I see some of you are trying to move out. Well, this is you dealing with somebody else. So some of you could have more than one person that you're dealing with. And it doesn't mean that you don't love your primary partner, right? You could practice polyamory. You could want polyamory. You could be like Ebony, married, but seeing someone else. You're trying to tiptoe towards the someone else. See, like this sailor, this is the ship, and the ship is the major relationship. Okay. This sailor is just going off the base to do some shit, but he coming back because that's where the Navy has to be. So I definitely feel like if in fact some of you were dealing with someone and okay, it's been 3 years and I'm waiting for him now when I'm in talking terms with someone now. He is obsessed. Oh, okay. Yeah, Anna, that's true. Okay. So this is Anna too. Somebody has someone else. Some of you could be dealing with more than one person. Okay. And so the final answer is the Wheel of Fortune. And it's interesting because the cards are telling those of you that if I were to be honest, it's saying move forward with the new energy for right now. For right now, right? Because some things need to change. Now, for those of you who don't have a new energy to move forward to, I think that, well, Virgos, the truth of the matter is that you guys help people more than any other sign does. Where's my wand? Right? And the truth of the matter is, like this person who has this drug addiction and stuff like that, the truth of the matter is, from the Wheel of Fortune being here, you are going to be able to help him. And they usually tell you don't try to be codependent, but I think that, like, when you come into the world, it was kind of like when I went into somebody very special to me. I lost, I lost, I lost my job and I didn't have anywhere to go. And I had to go live with this relative. And when I got there, the relative was on drugs. So, I kind of cleaned up their house and got things in order. And they stopped kind of hanging around the people they used to hang around with and started going back to church. And, it was like when that positive influence was there, it really changed this person's life. So I feel like with the Wheel of Fortune here, uh, things are going to take a positive change towards the best. I don't want to cheat or anything, but I'm tired of his slow decision making. I think you should move forward in your new person with your new person because um, my mother, she stopped taking her meds for serious mental illness, so stress and triggered PTSD. Oh, that's what the devil is. Okay. All right, I get it. Yeah, I feel like she's going to start taking it again with the Wheel of Fortune because the Wheel of Fortune means change, especially if you're dealing with one of the four fixed signs. Okay. And it's a positive change. I'm going to go get my wand, guys. I need my wand. Okay, Virgos. But yeah, so that's pretty much what I'm seeing here. I'm seeing that, well, with the four. Oh, well, let's clarify it. Let's clarify it before I go, okay? Where are damn, the other cards are in the other room. Yeah, I guess I want to use the cards that you guys pulled already. Let's clear. Oh, wow. When we clarify the Four of Wands, we get the King of Pentacles. This could be a Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo. Hi, good morning, Amanda, right? So some of you are either getting yourself together with a business, you're moving, buying a home, and renovating your home, or you and your spouse are really sealing a deal here. Like you are happy. Some of you are moving into a place where you feel safe and you feel stable in this connection. And if that's, especially if you're here right now, when you're here, like you're getting this shit live, like I'm in your energy, but it also applies if you're watching too, but especially if you're here, I definitely feel like many of you, I predict, will be in a permanent relationship, married. And if you're separated, you'll go back to your husband. All right. And I feel like the girl who's moving to New York, if this is representing you, it was a good decision. I feel like you're going to be very stable and solid, and you may get a commitment from that guy. Okay. She said she's a helper. Yeah, you guys are amazing helpers. All right. So I see some of you some of you have a family, and I feel like there's extended family that's going to be included in this connection here. Some of you could be flying, and then you're going to be around extended family, or you are. She just said 3:05 in Los Angeles. Look at how the video lags. So everybody is not getting the same video, I guess. So anyway, the Eight of Wands, that travel card and moving card, is clarified by the Ten of Cups. I really feel like some of you have a very loving family, or a very loving wife, or a very loving husband, or you're just very loving. And I feel like you guys are going to be either expanding the family because she has her hand on the belly here, or something is going to happen between you and your extended family. So, those of you who are dealing with someone with the devil issues, we have the Six of Swords here. And the Six of Swords predicts that it's going to get better, right? And so will the obsessiveness. So, with the Wheel of Fortune here, this talks about the universe, like something flips in the universe that is beyond your control. But I tell you, if you're a Virgo and you're watching this video, you're damn lucky and you got some good ass karma. Because for those of you who are watching, okay, I see you guys texting me. I'm going to text you back. Okay. So, those of you who, yeah, age difference. Look at G. Hey, Sanchez, what country are you in? We talked about the age difference like 20 minutes ago, child. But those of you who are dealing with people with the drug and alcohol problem or schizophrenia, it looks like with the Six of Swords, this six brings balance to the swords, to the suit of swords. Six is a really good card in numerology. It's a very grounding card, more grounding than the fours. So for this person, for the devil to get the Six of Swords on top, yeah, it looks like things are going to be fine. They're going to start getting to a better place. And somebody may even get into therapy. And this is what you don't see coming. So you might think, nah, he's never going to go to therapy with me. But yeah, this is what you don't see coming, right? So what is behind you is, like you guys said, separating the Eight of Cups, right? But the thing about the eight is that it comes right back around. So whenever I see breakup cards with the number eight, it's not serious. But for me, the Ace of Swords is a cut. It is, and because it's a new beginning, because I cut the Ten of Swords and all the memories away from me. But the eight, as far as leaving a relationship, the eight, as far as leaving a relationship, you just come right back. It's a, right. So Ebony don't want to hear that. Oh, is that what's going on with you, Amanda? Huh. I don't think it's picking up on that storyline. Um, but I'm really sorry that that happened to you. I really am. That hurts so much. But with this, well, you said he's in a relationship, huh? You said he's in a relationship? Hmm. I don't know, Amanda. The eights are kind of weak as far as breakups are concerned. I don't know. I mean, I don't want you to stop living your life, but I don't take breakups with eights serious at all, especially next to the but I'm still holding on. Okay. Somebody felt like emotionally they were not getting what they needed out of a relationship, and they wanted to leave their relationship in order to get what they felt like they were missing emotionally. But then they got oh, really, Amanda? So they left to, yeah, well, maybe it's definitely not picking up on your situation. But it's interesting, Virgos. I did a reading for this woman the other day, and she is wanting to leave her uh, husband, or well, her man of 10 years, who's from New York, who pays the majority of the bills. She just has to pay her bills, and he's an engineer, and he's there with the son, and he's there at the house every night. She wants to leave him for the guy who delivers pizza because he gives her butterflies. Y'all think I'm kidding? Do you think that I made that up? Do you believe that? She was serious. Do you think she was in her 20s? Nah, child. She was 38 with a son, a plus size woman who was going to leave the stability of a man who's willing to accept her plus size and accept not having sex with her. She was willing to leave that comfortable situation so that she can feel, which so that she can melt, because she melts with this guy. Can I tell you something? I'm gonna tell you something because truthfully and honestly, 99.9% of the time, oh wow. 99.9% of the time, the person that gives you butterflies and who you melt with, you don't end up marrying. That's not the person that 99.9% of us end up marrying. It does happen though. But I think that for society to tell you to strive for that very rare probability, right? This is why some people choose to go to law school instead of trying to be a country and western singer. Because the probability of really, truly, honestly making it and then wasting years. So now this person who went to be a country and western singer, they're now the lawyer got 2.5 kids, a wife out there. I saw a lawyer out there mowing the grass and watering the grass. So I think for society to say, I want you to strive for this, I love you and passion and I just love you feeling, that's like 1% of the world. I mean, it does happen. There are some people who are very passionate about their spouse and very passionate about, their long-term lover, but not too many. I mean, it does happen, but mainly in Disney movies. And, I see these women who are getting ready to leave their stable, solid homes for some feeling that is fleeting, right? I mean, like if she put in the application to rent a condo for her and the Pizza Hut man, okay, because she gets butterflies with him. And she said, well, the other guy is just not emotional, she says. I don't feel anything emotionally from him. Okay, child, ain't nobody gonna get a perfect man, but you got a black man engineer at home, and you want to sit up here and talk shit because, well, you know what, he's a mama's boy. I'm like, bitch, you are 38 with a child, right? So you get back there on the sexual marketplace, plus size. You are competing with 22, 24-year olds, all right, with no kids. And you want to have an attitude because this Pizza Hut, I don't know if it's Pizza Hut, but she did say pizza delivery. I swear to God. Now you want to go over here to this pizza delivery guy because you feel these things. Child, most of us don't feel that in our marriages, in our relationships. Ask your mother. My mom's been married for 30 years to a man she does not love, but she grew to love him. I think that it is our fairy tale beliefs about love that is keeping the stats of marriage in the Black community so high. Because only 1 out of 4 Black men are going to get married. And I'm wondering, is it because 3 out of 4 of us are waiting for a Prince Charming? So check this out, Virgos. So I got a lot of smoke at TikTok lately, right? A lot of smoke. They came for me, y'all. They came for me to the point where I just turned off the comment sections because it was like, this is ridiculous. So what happened was I explained to the women that when I left this Disney fantasy about relationships and got more practical, like I I was able to get into something serious. And so these women told me that I settled. And you should have seen the pictures of the ladies who were telling me that I settled. And I'm thinking, okay, if the people that you want don't want you, like, okay, some women are like, I'm gonna get a man to pay my bills. Um, uh, well, you have to pay for that, Anna. Why would I answer a question for free? And this is how I eat. Girl, please. So anyway, so you have this so you have these women who are like, oh, I want this man who does this, and I'm waiting for the best choice, and I want a rich man, and I want a man that can pay these bills, but they may not be able to pull a man that is the kind of man that they want, right? So if the kind of men that you want don't want you, right? What are you supposed to do? Just stay single? Or turn around and give the guys that do want you a chance so that you don't have to be in this middle dark place where you're by yourself, right? Now, some people say, no, I'm not going to give these people a chance who like me, right? I want to live in Disneyland and I want to go after these high value men, right? But women who are in demand are taken fast, like real beautiful women. They're taken fast. They could just post something on TikTok one day and get off the market, right? So if you're still on the market, then you might be charging a little bit higher than what your market, what you're able to sell. I mean, and so these women were like, you settled, and all of them were single, waiting for these men to choose them who wasn't choosing them. And they were saying stuff like, oh, well, I'm in the wrong city. Oh, well, God hasn't brought a man. And oh, but pretty women don't have that problem at all. I read for a 64-year-old beautiful woman yesterday who got a 45-year-old man who wants to marry her. Right. So it's like, if you've been in the marketplace, right, and you got these high standards, okay. So I mean, no, but for real, if you have these high standards and nobody's buying, you might be charging, your price might be too high. And like a lot of women who came on my TikTok page and came for me, one lady had 2 kids and she had a very defined overbite. And she said she wasn't settling. And I'm like, settling? Who do you think you're settling? So what she's saying is, I'm going to stay single because I'm going to keep striving for these men with my 2 kids, my overbite, my frizzed hair, and being 52. And so it's like, you got to wake up and say, look, the kind of men that I want, they're not coming for me. And some women live in this fairy tale, one day my prince will come. Well, let me tell you something. The princes come for the pretty girls real fast. It's the law of attraction. They find them. They don't have to move and do. I've seen it. I've seen like 18-year-old beautiful women taken off the market unless they have a bad attitude. So yesterday at TikTok, I was looking at this real pretty girl. She's probably a 10. And she was talking to the women about cleaning up their man's house. If you're living there rent free, she said the least you could do is clean your man's house, right? And she said, I cannot wait for a man to come and take care of me and be the provider. She said, because I'm going to keep that house spotless, right? And she said, those of you women who don't have to pay your bills and don't have to work like me, she goes, I can't wait until I don't have to work anymore. And I was like, oh my God, look at this beautiful woman. I'm about to show you. Look at this beautiful woman who is not getting snatched up, right? And because it's very, very, very rare to look like this chick and not get snatched up, right? So I want to show you, what is her name? I want to show you this one video.
I say this
with love. Okay, Christina Mackey. I want to show you why she's. All right, hold on, y'all. Just be a little patient. Christina Mackey. Let's see. Here we go. Oh no. Hold on, Christine. I'm so sorry, you guys. Oh, I can go to her page from my TikTok, huh? Okay, let me go to my TikTok. I got 49 new followers in an hour. That's cool. I'm sorry, you guys. All right, hold on. I want you to see this. I say this with love because I say this with love. Okay, so I was like, right. So I was wondering, like, why is this girl still single? Then she posted this, and I want to show you this. And this is not her at her best at all. Because I have realized some truths. I am not intimidating. You're intimidated. There's a difference. I don't take up too much space. You're just used to people playing small. My inner light is not too bright. You're just used to dimming your own. I am not mean nor aggressive. I am honest and assertive, and that makes you uncomfortable. And I do not make you uncomfortable. My presence challenges your comfort. All of that is yours. I will not be less for you to feel better about yourself. Own your stuff. I say this. Okay, a high value man or a man that got it going on is not going to deal with that at all. There's too many other pretty women that are just much easier to deal with than to deal with. That's just too much. And that's why she's still single. And like, let me show you another video. Because at first I was like, there's no way. Because I know men, I read for them all the time. Here's another video. She's coming on my page telling me how to use my voice and what to use my voice for. This is my voice. This is my opinion, my expression, my mouth. Therefore, I can do or say whatever I want with it, okay? If you don't like that, you have the option to click off, number one. So what I'm saying is not law, number two. You do not have to follow what I'm saying, number three. Number four, at what point do women take responsibility for the men they choose to lay down with and they choose to get pregnant by? When does that happen? So I was like, oh, okay. I see. Because it's not even high value men. Like the men that I read for that are married, they don't have wives like this. Like that is a woman that you kick it with, who can live with that attitude, right? But I do want to say that I did tell her on her page that I was going to be doing this. But yeah, I don't, yeah, no, that's too much. Hey, HR, right. You know what I mean? So, yeah, so these women with these really high standards, are, and they told me that because I went into the pool to grab somebody from the pool who was interested in me, that I had settled, they said. So I guess those women, I'm gonna go on TikTok and I'm gonna do a reaction video to that. Oh, I am Sunshine Tarot is my TikTok. I'm on there pretty regularly, you guys. So they're telling me, why don't you just admit that you settled? And I'm looking at all these single women, all of them, because you go to their page and they let you know, telling me that I settled. No, I didn't settle. I accepted reality. The type of men that I wanted did not want me. So I didn't want to be alone on Christmas and Thanksgiving and Easter and 4th of July. Right? So what I did was I started choosing from the pool of the men that wanted me. Because see, men are the ones that make decisions about relationships. That's Kevin Samuels. He says that women control sex, but men control relationships. They are the ones that decide if we are, most of the time, if we are exclusive or if we're getting married. You know what I mean? And there's a whole bunch of women that would love to be taken care of that don't have this kind of attitude. Let's look at it again. I mean, just I want you to put yourself in the position of being a well, Macy, some of you are not my age. So you don't know what it's like to be older and just don't want to deal with that, you know? Or are you there already? How old are you? And do you not like to see? I don't want to play. I wouldn't want to play this. I'm trying to just be peaceful in my house, please. Right? What is like all this attitude? All right, let's see.
Stop coming on my page telling me how to use my voice and what to use my voice for. This is my voice. This is my opinion, my expression, my mouth. Therefore, I can do or say whatever.
I can't, I mean, like, okay, like that energy is so confrontational that I couldn't even I can't even like have a conversation because I can't deal with energy like that. My fiance speaks to me so softly. And I mean, even when he's angry, I say, you know what? I really think we should talk about that. I can't get down with this. You know what I mean? All right. Oh, what the hell? There is a message for two groups of you. A lot of modern women, they just leave their husbands for these trivial reasons because they think that at 34 up, it's going to be real easy to find another husband. And that's not how it is. What are the ages of you? Did you just say marriage life coach? Ice cream? I swear I'm reading for you, girl. Because this is the Hierophant in this deck. Number 5, those of you who read, in this deck, for some reason, is called the Messenger, the Hierophant is. And this is marriage. And this is a coach. And yeah, so what did you mean by that, Ice Cream Dream? You're saying that you're a marriage coach? What are the ages of you guys here? So I do feel, and what did you mean by being a marriage life coach? Those of you who are younger than me, I really want to encourage you towards marriage, especially at the age where you can catch them. You know, when you're 20 and you're hot in your 20s, a lot of 20s, people say, oh, don't worry about it, man. No, that's when you are the hottest. That's when you should be thinking about marriage. Don't let people tell, especially some single woman, misguide you. And the thing about it is this: if you find a man that's ready to put a ring on it, just know that most of us don't fall in love and live happily ever after with Prince Charming. That happens in the Disney movies. You want to get you some security. Look, Miss Classy, all other races get their husbands in their 20s. That's when you pull them the most. Because after 34, and what I find really interesting is how difficult older women are. I got this standard and this standard and this standard, and they don't even know that they're not the first picks in the NBA drafts. You know, they're not, and they want the young girls that are not going to cause any problems with all this damn attitude. Right. No, 30 is not too late, but you really need to be starting to think about marriage at 30 because you got 5 more years before you are not able to have a baby without some birth defects. Some of you are going to be very high influencers. So somebody who is listening now, like you're going to be a major social influencer. In fact, they're calling you the messenger. And look at all the people who have come to hear you speak, or all the people who are listening to your message, right? So some of you are going to be messengers. right? Um, some others of you are, you could, I see marriage here, but I see marriage here. I do see marriage. You could still creep around on the side or flirt or something, or you could be in a permanent relationship with others, and this could be the understanding that you guys have with each other, right? But yeah, the older that you get, the less attitude you need to have, because see, she's a baby's mother, this girl I just showed you, so that means that she's not first runner up. First runner up don't have any babies. So if you're a baby's mom, you should be real nice and easy to get along with. You know what I mean? All right. And the final card is the Wheel of Fortune. Oh, and the Wheel of Fortune is clarified by the Four of Swords. Yeah, see, Simon is in this place of wanting real commitment, maybe dating different people, but wanting real commitment. And that kind of confirms what we saw in the beginning. Some of you are really commitment focused. I see some of you, you will be expanding your family. I do see this, that devil energy, but I feel like you're going to heal from it, you know. But pretty much, uh, all the women want 20% of the men. All the women want the man that's going to provide, and the man who can provide them with the house and protect them, and good looking and smart. I mean, all the girls want him. You know what I mean? So yeah, you got to say, okay, now realistically speaking, like this girl Michelle Alexander, she said she wasn't going to choose anybody from her past. Now, when you look like Pink Pineapple Tarot, I don't know if you've heard of her. When you look like her, you can be snooty and picky, and because she's like a 5'6", and she's beautiful, and you can talk about this kind of man you want, but after 35, all that sassiness pretty much needs to get humbled, because yeah, yeah. Yeah, who over 30 doesn't have baggage? But I have seen women over 30 get married, but they're not women with this kind of attitude at all. So, yeah, I don't know if you're watching from TikTok, but from all the TikTokers who were telling me, oh, why don't you just admit you settled? And I'm looking at all these single women who are not dating. See, whoever wants you, that's as high as you can get, right? That's because if they were higher, then you would have got that, right? I know a girl right now, Gloria, who NBA players dated her. They know where you are. They go find you. They find you. I know a girl named Amy. She dated Jason Kidd. They dated Jason Kidd. Uh, was he at Skyline or Bishop O'Dowd? But anyway, their brother Eric went to Skyline, and I was at O'Dowd. Anyway, that was her girlfriend. Amy's beautiful. The NBA player found her. So just make sure that before you're like looking down your nose at the selection that you have, that may be as good as it gets. And so, since 1 out of 4 of us end up married in the Black community, it could be because we're looking up our nose at what is realistic, what we can realistically attract based off of our sexual marketplace value, right? Right? Every woman has one, whether you want to or not. And it's interesting because the older you get, I tell you, sometimes I'm out in public and I get no attention from men at all. None. If it's not business related, when you get like past 40, 45, 50, and then I was like, well, it's just me. It's the weight, maybe when I lose weight. But then on Abba and Preach, there was a beautiful 50-year-old woman who was single. Let me show you this 60-year-old woman who can't get married. You got to see this because this is just hard to believe. She's a 60-year-old woman and so pretty. Look at her.
The fact that you would even discuss my looks is insane. I'm a bad bitch. Always been a bad bitch. Cause we A-listers, we paid sisters. This watch right here.
60, single.
The fact that you would even discuss
60, single.
I'm a bad bitch. Always been a bad bitch. Cause we A-listers.
Talking about being a bad bitch by herself, paying these gas prices by herself. So if you get a man in the house, you don't have to pay all that gas. All right. It's gas prices are scary. She's 60. I don't know what she's doing for a living, but it's just much easier. She's a bad bitch, and she this and she that, and she's 60 and she's unmarried, paying, listen, some of us women, because we went for our careers, like Kevin Samuel said, when we were younger, now that we're older, we have to work way past the years that a woman is supposed to work. Trying to be a bad bitch. But you go ahead and you secure you a husband in your 20s and 30s. In fact, go to a website and print out, right, Simon, look at this man talking about how, see, men do want to get married, but they want to get married to wives, right? They want certain things from women. So I had this, so the Virgo reading is pretty much over. Let me do their charms, and then I'm going to do how your person feels about you so that those of you who came for the reading can be done. And I'll just talk to the people who like to hear about relationship stuff. But everybody's not on that page. Some people are just in their business right now or already married, so you don't want to hear that shit. So let's do this. Yeah, well, she said a man who has his stuff together is seeking a more youthful female. Well, I don't know if it's youthful or not, but what it is that young women are just very easy to be around. They're very agreeable because they're moldable. But when you start dealing with women who are a little older, they have their opinions. They want to tell the man their opinions all the time. They feel like they have the right. And then sometimes the man don't want to hear all that. And you can have this women's lib thing, but you're going to be by yourself. Right? She says, Sunshine, you have such an old school reality. This is the reality from the married women who are in their 20s that I do readings for. Now, this is what's happening with the married men and the wives that they choose. So when I said modern women feel differently about what I'm saying, 75% of Black women don't marry before they die. And that's because of, they don't want to adopt the mentality that gets them married. So Ida, good luck to you. All right. So let's see this. All right. First, we have a rock here. So a lot of you are going to be getting stable. There's going to be things that stabilize you in your life here. Something real serious, like you're going to get a government job. Like, this could represent getting a home, signing a lease, getting an apartment, and something very stable. So I see stability here, right? But I feel like some of you are like not on schedule with something. Okay, because the clock is turned upside down. So you're not spending time. Look at that. Look at Amanda Brown. I hope Ida, are you still here? Did you hear what Amanda Brown just wrote? I'm going to let you know the guy I was feeling dropped me because I was in my masculine energy, super loud and opinionated. He chose a younger, meeker, quieter female. Right. But modern boss bitches don't want to hear that. And they die by themselves and they pay their mortgages by themselves. I couldn't imagine doing that. That's a lot of work. And women who are willing to let the men lead and be the man, you just got to take care of him, and he takes care of everything else, you know. All right. Okay. So the clock is turned upside down. You guys might be behind on something. I see a Z, somebody with a Z in their name. Yeah. Oh, a Cancer is coming, or someone is coming. Someone is coming. Something is coming to create stability. It could be a relationship. Somebody could be getting a new car, right? Some crazy fool is out of your life. The monkey is turned to the south right here. All right. Somebody is going to offer you a peace offering, maybe someone that you had a falling out with, and you guys might go and get something to drink. But yeah, what I find interesting, Amanda, is how women are like, well, if there's noise downstairs, like if somebody breaks in the house, they expect the man to go and check it out because he's the protector, right? So basically, he is putting himself on the line to get a bullet for her. And in exchange, all he's asking, what he's saying is, I'm willing to die for you. All I'm asking you to do is let me lead. Listen to me. I said, I'm willing to take a bullet for you because you're my woman. And in exchange, you listen to me. But modern women say, well, this is 2022. Shit, you going to take a bullet for me and listen to me, motherfucker. Ciao. But if you're not that way naturally, you shouldn't fake it. You should be who you are. But I understand that our women became fiercely independent because of how men were treating our grandmothers. So we went all the way to the left with it and be like, I don't need no man. Yes, you do. We need each other. Yes, you do. It's not even natural to not have a mate. It's in any animal. There's always a male and a female there. You know what I mean? It's just not even natural to be alone. And when you're in your 20s, you're pliable, you're pretty, you're fit, you're friendly, you get past your 30s, you got opinions, you want to back talk and say all kind of shit. And the women who have a problem with this are the 75% that is going to be unmarried, because why would a man choose to be with a loudmouth, opinionated, attitude woman when he can just be with a friendly, cooperative woman who's not going to take him through all that? Round. Okay, so now we're going to take a look at how your person is viewing you. Also, if you want a reading today, the number is pinned at the top of the chat. My mission is to get more Black women married and engaged. I want us to print out a marriage certificate and put it on the wall. You can get it online in any county, right? Even in the same-sex relationship. That's right. Good for you, Amanda. All right, so now this is your extended reading, Virgos. All right. All right. Will there be a reconciliation? Okay. Where is this going? Do I have to worry about anyone else? Will there be marriage within the next 6 months? Okay. Will there be commitment in the next 6 months? Yeah. Thank you, Ashley. Yeah. Well, then I'm not talking to you, obviously, am I, if you don't want to get married? Duh. Okay. So, what's the next thing you guys want to know? Will we reconcile. Oh, how does your person feel about you? Cross watcher. How does Virgo feel about you? What does August look like, and what does the cards want you to know? And then this is just a bonus. All right, how does your person feel about you? Some men in their 40s. Well, yeah, just because a person is at a certain age, that doesn't mean that they want to get married. Just like that lady said right there, you go, Jessica. But if you don't want to get married, you really need to think about what you're going to do 10 to 20 years from now to support yourself financially. All right, because men just stereotypically make more money than women, not all the time, but sometimes they do. And even if they don't, to have someone to combine your resources with just to be able to survive is reason enough to consider marriage. All right. Now, how does your person feel about you? All right. I mean, sometimes it's strictly financial. In some countries, it is financially. You need to be married. People are on this. All right, let me just finish this. I think you should speak for yourself, because the Virgos that I read for do not feel that way. So, I mean, you can speak for yourself. If you want to be alone, then be alone. Die alone. Get you a dog, get you a cat, do whatever you need to do for you. But for the majority of us, it's best to kind of get with the program so that you don't die alone like that lady, and that you have someone who can financially help you. Like, you're welcome. I know this one woman. Well, let me just do this. I hope I don't forget. No, I'm going to tell you. So, see, it just slipped. It slipped down. If any reason to marriage is financial, like most of the other people do around the country. Exactly. All right, so we need to get with the program. And look, this girl who's talking about being alone the most got a motherfucking husband in her cards. Ain't that about nothing? Ugo, I should block you from my damn page. One who's talking about being alone is the one that got a husband in her cards. All right. So how is your person going to be thinking about you? Those of you who have a person, how is your person going to be thinking about you? Oh, wow. Somebody is in absolute tears. Remember, we saw this in the beginning of the reading? It's in absolute tears and in despair. They're just crying. I don't know if you broke up with somebody. In most countries, marriages is about financial reasons. Yeah, exactly. Ice cream dream. 75% of us don't marry for love. We marry for stability and security because it's just common sense, and the love comes later. Yeah. Well, print out a marriage license. How many of you guys have been watching me for a while? You've seen how I was able to buy homes. Remember, I used to put the homes on my wall, right? So somebody is in a lot of despair over this connection here. Yeah, well, I see a husband. So ain't that about a bitch? All right, ain't that about a bitch? She's sitting up here talking about she don't want to get married, and then there's a husband in her cards. Let's throw rocks at her. All right, so the Nine of Swords is basically saying that somebody this is either you are in emotional despair. You could be feeling less than. Maybe your partner is no longer sexually attracted to you. Maybe, I read someplace where this woman overheard her husband say that he wasn't attracted to her anymore, right? Maybe you've gained some weight, or maybe your partner has gained some weight or something like that. I feel like, or this could be your person. They feel very sad. They feel very unhappy. They feel like they can't sleep at night. Your partner feels a lot of low self-esteem. Like it could be because of the age difference. Like they feel like maybe they're not good enough. Um, right? This could be how you're feeling or how your partner's feeling. Somebody's feeling very insecure in the relationship. Even if you try to like say to them, no, it's okay, don't worry about it, they feel very insecure in the relationship. Now, if you guys, I'll be quiet. I don't even want to hear from you anymore. So the nine of swords basically is talking about how sad somebody is feeling about you. And that's how it is. Somebody is feeling sad, they're having bad thoughts. This could be you could need therapy. You could be feeling low self-esteem. You might need to read something else or read some uplifting stuff. Okay. All right, so I'm getting ready to do the extended reading. And if you want to see the extension, then there is a link at the top of the comment section, and there's a link in the description box. And it just click the link, and it'll take you to the Virgo August 2022 reading, especially if that connected with you. So she says, yeah, marriage is scary. So you think there's something scary about stability and security? Do you know that the majority of musicians who died of an overdose were unmarried at the time of death? Elvis Presley, Michael Jackson, Prince, Amy Winehouse, Phyllis Hyman, Whitney Houston. Who else am I missing? That guy from Jump Jump. Marriage gives you emotional stability and security necessary in order to function, right? Right. So now, do you see how quickly Ugo was able to come to her senses and be humble? That's why she's going to get married. That attitude. Men like that. They want to be the boss, you know. And when you recognize and you point, or if they pointed something out and you say, you know what, baby, you're right. They love that. They love that. But what was I saying? Yeah, Whitney Houston. Um, Whitney Houston. If you've been divorced again, getting married again is terrifying. Yeah, yeah, I could see that. But my mom was married 3 times. I don't know how she catches those men. She said that she's very feminine with her husband. Like she cries a lot, and she lets them be. She lets them be the man. And you should see her at work. She okay, baby. I don't know. See, my thing is, uh, oh, what was I saying? Oh yeah, so a lot of these superstars, they died by themselves. It's so unbearable to not have that support right there, that they were trying to numb that pain. you know they said that Michael Jackson had a $50,000 a month drug habit, and that the doctor who administered because he was on that stuff that knocks you out when you go to the dentist or something like that. Read it in the Rolling Stones, one of the best articles I've ever read. Uh, Read the Michael Jackson death or something like that. But anyway, yeah, Mama got it like that. No, Ashley, I get tired if I do 20-minute readings, but just go ahead and text me. But yeah, I get tired after 20 minutes. But yeah, those people weren't married. Let me tell you something, honey. When a wife is very necessary for a husband. And that's why old money. Oh, the reading is over, you guys. So if you came for the Virgo reading, go to the beginning or maybe like in the middle or something. I'll timestamp it. Right now, we just talking, right? So these women, a lot of men just wouldn't become much of anything without the femininity and without the love of a woman. Like there are some people who are crazy enough to believe that Will Smith could have become Will Smith without Jada Pinkett. No, 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 no. When you have a black man soaring high like that, honey, Jada was the wind beneath his wings. I got you. I got you. I got you. I got you. Right? And she got him so much. She loves him so good that he was willing to punch out a man who disrespected her. Oh yeah, you see a man he's the eagle and you are the wind beneath his wings. Man can't do it without a woman. Even James Brown said it's a man's world, but it ain't nothing without a woman or a girl. You know what I mean? Exactly. Exactly. Right, HR. A lot of people in your age group have, but a lot of people in your age group are still married, you know. But yeah, when you get older, you need to be very nice. You got kids and a guy is willing to date you and stuff, be very nice and make it real peaceful because young girls are real easy to be around. They're like, okay, that's cool. We just have not see. I think that what happens, you guys, is I already said this, but I'll say it again in case you came in late. I think we saw our grandmothers getting mistreated by men who they were financially dependent on, right? It's at the top of the chat. Also, if you want a reading, you can text me that number 470-835-7099 is my Google number, and I can give you your a reading. But yeah, so I think that our grandparents, I don't know how many of you guys had a mean grandpa. Anybody had a mean grandpa? But my grandpa, he, he was kind of mean. He used to call her a fat whale and all kind of stuff. Yeah, ants, me too. No, not yours. Oh, that's good. Yeah, he used to call my grandmother a fat whale. He used to say, I ain't gonna have sex with that big old fat whale, but she can suck my. He was just horrible. And financially, she had no recourse. So she had to, deal with that. And I think that a lot of us are afraid that, if I be submissive or, if I deal with that, or, I don't know, if I become submissive, then I'm going to have to be subjected to abuse, right? Yeah. And then what happened was, I feel like we went all the way over to the left. Like, well, I ain't taking nothing. I'm an independent. I'm a boss bitch. I don't need no man. You know what I mean? And all you got to do is look at inflation, and that'll tell you alone you need a man. So you're right, Citizen Smith. Let's be 100. You're just absolutely right. But I do feel, you all, that there is a middle ground. Yes, I don't want to be mistreated, right? And yes, I do want my husband to respect me, right? But but then the other side of the coin is, well, I don't need no man if you're gonna disrespect me. And so then there's a middle ground. We gotta find, the middle. But interestingly enough, do you know that 50% of women who are high earners uh, divorce? So there's 1 in 2 women who make a lot of money will file for divorce in their marriages. And women who are financially dependent, 37% of them divorce. Right? I'm not telling you to be financially independent, but I'm here to tell you all that boss bitch. I'm a boss bitch chick, and I'm an independent woman. By the time you reach my age, it means nothing. It means nothing because you're gonna be in those big pretty houses by yourself. And the one who didn't, the one woman in here who talked the most shit about not wanting to get married had a husband in her cards. Child. So let me tell you what else has been going on, Virgos. Yeah, you had a friend like that. Oh, you're right, Amanda. She, Ashley, you so crazy. So let me tell you why people came after me at TikTok. Child, it's real bad. So there was this mature woman, she's about 50, and she said that she is not going to apologize for being a romantic. She's unmarried, and a lot of Black young women listen to her, and that's why I came for her, because my passion from 50 on to the day that I die is I want to see higher levels of marriages in the Black family households. I want to see us married, not baby mamas. I want to dispel all this independent city girls bullshit, because it's bullshit. Especially when you get my age and you're living in these big pretty houses by yourself. All right. Because after a certain age, baby, they don't want you no more. So you talking all this shit, you don't realize you got gold in the room. And you gonna leave the house where there's gold to go out there and get some silver. You 20, 22, 23, 25, you fine, and you 27, you looking good. Now 28, you start kind of okay. The guy started wondering, wow, you're not married? 28, nobody took you off the market. I wonder why. And I'm gonna tell you why. What did I just show you? Huh? How come somebody didn't take you off the market, child? That's what you want to know, right? Yeah. Well, what did you do so bad?
I say this with love because I have realized some truths. I am not intimidating. You're intimidated. There's a difference.
That's
I don't
me.
take up too much space. You're just used to people playing small. My inner light is not too bright. You're just used to dimming your own. I am not mean nor aggressive. I am honest and assertive, and that makes you uncomfortable. And I do not make you uncomfortable. My presence challenges your comfort. All of that is yours. I will not.
Those are the people who reached 28 and unmarried. Oof, wasn't that hard? She's harsh. I would be scared of her. After she went off on me like that, honestly, I would be in tears. That's harsh. I would be in tears. Do any of you guys go off like that? Be honest. Who goes off like that? He said, I don't like a boss. Right. Hey, Virgo goddess. What's happening? Exactly. So, let me tell you guys what happened at TikTok. So this chick was telling women, she got 290,000 followers. And I don't know how many of them are Black women, but she was telling them how she was going to wait, or no, she was telling them that she was not sorry that she wants romance. She said she wants the sparks, and she wants to kiss somebody and melt. And she's not sorry for that. And what else does she say? She wants to kiss somebody and melt. She wants to feel the sparks. And there was something else. Well, the reason that I got angry is because 3 out of 4 of us are not married. And I was thinking that she's filling up young Black women's head with this nonsense of, happily ever after Disney shit. And that's why some of them don't choose the men that do want them, because they're waiting for this fantasy out there. So I did her cards and I saw no man. No man. Talk about dry desert. What do they call it? Desert dry land or whatever they call it. No man. And so I did it. I told TikTok. I said I did her cards and I didn't see no man in there. So those of you who are in her little fantasy world about this Disney relationship coming, it ain't coming. And ain't no man coming, because she's in this little Disney world about love. Her people came for me. Do you hear me? I mean, they came hard. They just went off. And I said, I'm happy that I listened to some of Kevin Samuel's material. I know he was abusive, but it was because of him that I got out of that Disneyland fantasy world about relationships and came into reality and settled down with someone. Because I was where she was. And so, yes, I was angry because I wanted women to not be there anymore. So I said, the next thing I said was, I feel like emotions are too fleeting to base your something as sacred as the institution of marriage strictly on. I think that your emotions should be a factor, but I don't think they should be the primary factor. This is what is happening with 75% of the women that are getting married. They're not making love their primary factor when marriage. They're looking at stability, they're looking at security, compatibility. I mean, basically, can we get along? Can I get with your program? Basically, especially if he's the provider. Right. You know what I mean? So 75% of women that get married are not even in love with the man, but he's a nice person. He takes care of the kids. He provides, and you got the security, and you can get a little boyfriend on the side. Like I had to talk sense into this Capricorn who is in love with the Pisces. What do these Pisces be doing to y'all? How many of you guys have been with a Pisces? Man, I need somebody to break it down. Every time one of my clients is talking crazy about leaving a man, it's because of a Pisces. I want to know. In fact, I want to know. Too many. So the lady, she's a nurse. And I did a reading for her in 2018. And I said, I see you married, because that's what I specialize in, the year that your husband is going to come. I can see it. I can see it in the cards, right? So I saw her husband, and I told her husband is a doctor, which is the king of cups for me. And she contacted me this year and told me she ended up marrying a doctor. Now, this is her issue. The reason that she contacted me back is because the Capricorn who married a Virgo, is in love with the Pisces, right? And now this is her issue. Listen, honey, nobody got a perfect life. Nobody has a perfect marriage. You'll be surprised how many sexless marriages are out there, right? So she said the reason she wants to leave the Virgo is because he's 300 pounds, and when they try to have sex, he always gets a cramp. So she can't really get it on like she wants to. Like he won't hit it like she needs it scratched. But this Virgo doctor took her in her 40s with a 16-year-old son, gave her a home, she's a nurse, provided her with a home in the suburbs, gave her son a home, feeding another man's child, and she's sitting up here tripping. I'm like, honey, let me tell you something. I got a wonderful tool. I know some sex toys. you better take your ass in there and go and hump on that dildo and keep your husband child at 46 with a 16-year-old. Tell her she want to leave the Virgo because she wants some she want to melt, she says. She says she wants passion. But listen, her, even though she didn't feel passion, her bitch ass married that man who offered, didn't she? Without feeling any passion. 75% of women do that. That's why they marry. I understand Miss Classy, but and look, would she be over here looking at this? She probably wouldn't be in this 1 hour and 30 minutes in. Nah, she wouldn't be this far. But the Virgo loves her. Child, he just loves her, And I did a reading yesterday, and that man, who was it? I did a reading for somebody, and the man just loved her so much. He just loved her. But that big old fat man loved that 46-year-old woman with a 16-year-old child, talking about she gonna leave living in New York because she want to feel passion. 46 years old talking like that. Child, it is like, are we still here? Are we really, really, really still here? Child. So she says, I love my rabbit vibrator. If I get married, I don't think I'll be faithful. Uh-oh, now Kiss. What you talking, child? What you talking? But yeah, if I could do it over again, I would have spent my 20s locking it down with someone. And I know who I would have locked it down with too. Because, he had provided a home and the hills, It was just that he drank, and I had developed a drinking problem, and I really needed to be sober from it. So I had to go my separate ways for a while, but I could have gone back, So, so that's about it, Virgos. It looked really good. I just want to tell women that are coming over here and listening to me, if you find you under 35, you need to start looking at the ones that do want you. And I know that sometimes, like, if you don't love somebody, it is hard to be with them. But when you get 40, 50, and you're trying to buy gas at $5, and how much is gas where you live? Kiss 97, there is no guarantee that you will still be together because most women break their houses up. Do you know that the majority of divorces are filed by women? It's not the men who are leaving. How much is gas where you live? And at least if you don't stay together, you are leaving with some type of asset. 665? Child, where the hell do you live? 665? Are you talking about regular or supreme, Marie? 429 ain't bad. 429 ain't bad at all. Oh, in Los Angeles, 469. Yeah. So yeah, there's no guarantee that it'll work, but at least if it doesn't work, you're leaving with some money. Either half of what you got in the house, or for the time that you were married, you were able to live nicely in an area where somebody helped you pay the bills, so you weren't living in the hood by yourself. Some Tauruses are schooled about this real fast. I know Tauruses who know about hooking up with a man real fast. They know that they need him. All right. It's rough out there. 663, a woman out here by yourself. There's a whole bunch of jobs that we can't and don't do, lay down brick, construction, garbage. There's a whole bunch of jobs that we can't do. So the jobs, are kind of in the sex industry and stuff like that. I mean, but after 40, you still can't be hanging on no pole. So yeah, we need to get with the program with men, those of you who prefer them. And if you prefer women, then you need to get in the program with the masculine energy and be submissive to that, especially if they're a provider. Who wants to provide to a neck popping neck? I'm providing for you and you talking to me like that? Child, please. All right. So those of you who want a reading, you can go. The number is 470-835-7099. Marie, how old are you? You're very beautiful. It's time to start thinking about a husband, child, and get the fuck up out of LA. Because it's going to be hard to find one there. Very hard. I lived there for 8 years. When I was there, it was predominantly Hispanic. There wasn't too many blacks. They were in Victorville. And I can't think of the other one. There was another one. Yeah, you need to get the fuck up out of LA. Come to the South where, men actually want to get married. It's not going to be easy getting married in a metropolitan city because that's not what their mindset is. Oh, yeah. Michelle Alexander, I am so happy, and see, that's the kind of shit that men like. I hear you, sweetheart. You're right. I hear you. You know what I mean? So I don't know about you, but out here, these prices are getting high. How much does it cost to have a nice place in LA now, Marie? I know when I was there, let me see, when back in the day, where I lived was La Brea, and between La Brea and La Cienega, was it Martin Luther King? I didn't live too far from the jungle. And in 2008, it was $1,200 for a 1-bedroom in the ghetto. And I had to be on Section 8 in order to pay the rent. So I was paying 30%. Did you say $3,000 to $5,000? Child? Oh, you most definitely need a husband. Isn't it obvious? So I was on Section 8 and still struggling to pay my rent. Everything that I got came from Catholic charity. Then I got a man. Refrigerator stuffed with food. He came home and put all kinds of canned goods. I didn't know what was going on. Put food all up on the shelf. Gave me 200 here, 200 there. Got me a car. I mean, it changes things. It changes things. Even if he ain't a baller, maybe he works at Whole Foods. Shit, let me tell you something. With these gas prices, $50. Thank you, baby. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. How many of you would appreciate $50 right now? Thank you, baby. Thank you very much. Yes, yes, yes. Every little bit helps. So if you got somebody that is interested in dating you, because see, it's the men who choose marriage. Women don't choose marriage. Men choose marriage, right? So you got somebody who loves you and they want to be smart. That's what 75% of these women who are getting married do, right? Go ahead and try and date them. And if it's not unbearable, like if you could do it, go ahead and do it. Because at least by the time in 20 years, 5 years, 10 years from now, you got some help. It just feels so good to have help. I know this Virgo, she do makeup, and she said her relationship is so boring. and she do makeup, and before that she'd worked at Target. Child, she lived, her husband is an Aries, and she talk all this smack about her husband, right? But child, her husband got her in this brick house in Beaufort. Beautiful 3-bedroom home, came from him being in the military and getting that thing in the military where it's something, there's some type of VA loan. He took a VA loan, bought her a house, 2-story beautiful house, right? And kids, and yeah, he ain't perfect. He got a bad attitude, and he nasty sometimes, but child, I ain't listening to a thing she got to say when she goes home to her husband of 20 years and their cute little kids up in her pretty house where there's an unfinished basement, she said. I was like, bitch, get the fuck out of here. All right, y'all. So come see me on my other channel. It's Pink Book Lessons. I just recorded again yesterday because I was so depressed over Kevin Samuel's death. Because that was the reason that I had that channel, And then he died. I wasn't really that inspired anymore. But I think enough time has passed. Also, come see me on wait a minute. TikTok, I am Sunshine Tarot. My comments are turned off because I talk like this and the women don't like it. See, y'all love me. Y'all been rolling. How long you been rolling with me? But when I talk like this over there and they don't know me, they're like, bitch, you, and they're all single. All of them, because I'll go to their page and they'll put they have single up there. They telling me, yeah, all of them single. And this black guy, a lot of black men support me strong over there because they believe in what I'm saying. And so they'll send money to my Cash App, or, they'll just tell me, keep on going, sister. And if you look at my followers, a lot of them are, wow, really? Wow. Well, see, y'all know me. Like, I did a reading for this girl yesterday. She was like, child, I feel like I know you. We've been talking for years. She said, you my best friend, but you don't know. I said, child. So they come. But my mission here, my mission here is to make sure that young black women are married. And that we understand, yes, we need husbands, we need men, because we seem to be the only race that does not know that. A lot of black women talk about going to school and getting their graduates. Other races go to school to find a husband. Really? My grandmother did. That's exactly what she went to college for, to find my grandfather. And she did. And then she stopped and got on his program, gave him children. Now I'm not saying that you got to get on you. There are some men, listen, before you leave, let me say this. Okay. Because some women have natural masculine energy. Okay. And you were born like that. And to get you to submit, it's just going against the core of your nature. And a lot of those women with masculine energies are lesbians, right? They want to be with other women. Like, to tell a lesbian to bow down to a man, I mean, that's just completely not in her, you can't, she don't have no desire to do that. But you can tell a lesbian to bow down to her masculine energy. And I'm not saying bow to it. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying bow. I'm just, let whoever is the leader in the relationship, which is a personal decision, whoever is the president, let them be the president. And that's a personal decision, right? But most men, they want to be the president. But there are some men who like go-getter women. There's somebody for everybody. It's just that sometimes the men who are attracted to go-getter women, those men who are not like go-getters, it's hard for women to be sexually attracted to them. See, most men who achieve, they marry down. But when women achieve, they don't want to marry down. They want to marry on the same level. But if you are a high achieving black woman and you're on this high level and you want to marry somebody else on your level. Well, they didn't get there without leadership skills and the ability to maneuver, to make shit happen and to give authority, right? But see, you're there too. And so you want to give authority too. But see, a man like that don't want to hear no back talk. They don't want to go through no this and that. Well, I got a degree too. Go be with a passive beta male that will allow a woman to lead. But I didn't get here to be having some woman back talk me, an opinionated woman who's moody. And I can just go get a 26-year-old who appreciates a man making $350,000 a year. If I want intellectual conversation, I can get it from my peers. I want my woman to be my wife. But what happens is, so not just Black women, but women, they get these degrees and they become PhDs and they want a man on their level. But see, when a man is on this level, he marries down most of the time. My stepfather has a PhD. My mother, she has a bachelor's degree. And prior to him, he just kind of, she just kind of worked in sales. Prior to my stepfather, we were pretty poor. I mean, if I just keep it 100, and I know Black women that go out there and go get it, the ones that really succeed are lesbians. Not all of them, because of course there's a lot of Black women in Atlanta, but just the in the little world that I'm in, and I do readings for, if their woman has done some major stuff, she is a lesbian and she wants her own family to take care of. Right. But yeah, a woman, a Black woman, or the women that I know, they'll get a PhD and then they want a man with a PhD, but they want to act like a man with their PhD. And the PhD is like, I don't want that. I enjoy you as a colleague. I enjoy, conversing back and forth with you, but I don't want your opinions. And I don't want you being combative and argumentative and you're not peaceful to be around because she got this status. So then, but she wants somebody on her level. And it don't normally kind of work like that. But so a lot of times she has to, go down, right? And it seems like they have a problem with that. See, what happens is, as you get older, your value sexually kind of deteriorates. It wasn't nothing to catch at 25. What about you? Any women here? Were you able to catch almost anything at 25? Anything? Any other woman was able to catch at 25? I find New Zealand Defense Force just a disturbing culture of military. Child, what you talking about? 25, baby, is easy. You can get this one and they looking at you and they look at you with lust and they wait. And, and you can drive their cars and live in their big, pretty house and call the shots. When you're 25, yeah. Too much. Marie said too much attention. Anybody else at 25, you can just get anything. Well, your mama need to tell you that that's the time. That's the time to choose. When you're fine, child, and they want that old firm ass, those tits that just sit up. Marie is the only one that was able to catch in her 20s. She said, Citizen said, I had plenty of them. Too many. Hey, India. Plenty of them. Look, MLH is beautiful. She's in her 50s and she's beautiful, because I can only imagine what she looked like in her 20s, because I do a lot of readings for her. Dolce Maria, Astro, everything at 25 and now at 40 with masculine energy, with Venus in her. I don't know what she's saying. Veronica, oh yeah, pick and choose, right, Ronnie? Kiss 97, I know that's right, child. 25, baby, it was like, no. I remember dating one of the Tonys when I lived in Oakland at 25 and put my nose up in the air. Child, I wish I could do it over. Tony was a group. And yeah, girl, just pick and choose. And what was I doing? There was nobody schooling me. You better pick and choose the one that's like trying to, marry you. Now I had a friend, my friend Joanna, she's an Edgerly. She said I chose the highest. She did the opposite of me. My mother was schooling her. She married a fireman, still married today. Didn't have to work. That man loved her. She's a Pisces, very submissive to her fire chief husband. Yeah. Put yourself at auction. Damn. I mean, not put yourself at auction, but yeah, you and when you're in your 20s and there's somebody schooling you, oh yeah. Oh yeah. With masculine energy, it's hard to find a masculine man, but you can find a feminine man. Like I have a lot of masculine energy, and I dated a man who was a Capricorn, who and that's a feminine sign, and he didn't want to lead. He didn't want to lead, and you know what? I wasn't really sexually attracted to him. He wasn't a leader. He wasn't a go-getter. He was a little bit of a provider, but not the kind. To me, I heard a lawyer say it. She said, women, when there is a provider on the scene, it trips off the reptilian part of the brain. I mean, I'm talking about the oldest region of the brain of a woman is attracted to a provider. The oldest region is because it's the survival thing, and it's like, oh, you can take care of my cubs, right? And so yeah, and even lions, they like the biggest and strongest female lionesses. They go after the biggest and the strongest male lion because they feel like they can have children that will have a higher chance of survival because they will be bigger and stronger. So yeah, so the reptilian part of my brain wasn't interested, but that was the best that I could do. And a lot of the guys that I like didn't like my masculine energy, just like she said. They had women that were submissive, and I was trying to snatch those guys, but they were like, you too much. I got this chick at home that just kind of goes with the flow, and you telling me and you snapping your fingers, and I just don't want to. I'll fuck you, but nah, I can't deal with that. Yeah, right. Oh, Miss Class A, I'm so happy. What do you think is the reason that your marriage has lasted so long? Yeah. Kiss 97, you're absolutely right. There are a lot of men moving in their feminine energy. With us, I don't know what ethnicity you are, but with us, there's not a lot of men in the home. So the Black men are being raised by the mothers, and, they just see femininity. They don't see masculinity. Like the question that a lot of Black men were asking in the manosphere that really turned me off was, what do you bring to the table? I can understand that on some level. I can understand that on some level, especially if it's kind and you just really truly are asking out of kindness. But a lot of these dating coaches, they were asking, what do you bring to the table as a low key cat? You know what I mean? And we don't do drama yelling at, oh, okay, that's good. Yeah. What do you bring to the table was kind of like a low key cap to me. Like, yeah, well, what do you bring to the table? Um, See, to me, even the question is sassy, like a woman. I mean, what do you bring to the table? I just want to know, what do you bring to the table? And I feel like they were kind of mimicking their mamas. What do you bring? Because see, if they have fathers in the house, their fathers would have took them hunting. They would have developed their ability to use their instincts. Maybe something like that. Because my thing is, if you're a man and you've talked to me 4 to 6 times, and you don't know what I bring to the table, we've gone out 3 to 4 times and you haven't been able to ascertain my assets, then if you are the head of the household and we have some shady characters in the environment, your instincts are not developed enough to be able to know to take your family out of danger, because you can't read what somebody is about quickly. That's scary, because you're supposed to be the protector. So you want me to do your job and figure some shit out about what I bring to the table. No man who had a father in the house that raised him will ask you that question, because they already know. And another thing is, it is not a masculine thing to ask. Because see, when you say, what do you bring to the table? See, bringing is very masculine. Like a penis brings into the situation. And a vagina receives, right? Oh, wow, Miss Classy. We need to hear from you. Really? Yeah. Right. So when you say, what do you bring? Okay. See, the penis brings the sexual tool to the vagina. The vagina receives all the way from moths, butterflies, gorillas, humans, everything in nature that receives is the feminine energy. So you want me to get out of my feminine energy of receiving and try and tell you what I bring. To me, it's just insulting. And what it says is that this man is not sharp. To me, it says that this man is not into you, unless it's asked with an enormous amount of kindness. But if he's asking you that, then he's not afraid of low key capping. Right. What do you bring to the table? So we've talked 3 to 4 times. See, I can tell what somebody brings to the table just from after 3 to 4 conversations. Even not even that. Are women just more intuitive than guys? I mean, you can tell from my energy. I bring femininity. I bring emotional support, because I've already showed that to you. So to me, when they ask you that, what do you bring to the table? It's a wrap. Because number one, you're dealing with a feminine man who is not afraid to get in his feminine energy, because that's a real feminine question. All right, I'm just saying. Yeah, I'm just saying. All right, you guys, this is a wrap. If you want to see the extended video, it'll be available in maybe a couple of hours. Also, I am at TikTok. I do a lot of videos, especially with Kevin Samuels kind of material, if that turns you on. I have another station, Pink Lessons. I'll put the link in the description box as well. Okay. Love you guys. If you want a reading, it's 470-835-7099. Subscribe, and I will talk to you guys later. Thank you, kids. Peace.